G'day folks, Tassie Flybike here. Today I'm going to review two sets of tyres for the Honda CRF250L. The first are the IRC tyres, which came with it as stock. I put about 2,000 kilometres on those. And then the second are the ones that I've just replaced them with, tyres from a company called Motoz. They're the Tractionator Enduro IT. I'll give you a comparison of the two. First thing you notice with the IRC, the knobs are a lot larger and closer together, and the curvature on the tyre is not quite as aggressive. Good girl, piss off. Now these tyres have done 2,000 kilometres. They've probably got another 1,000, maybe another 1,500 left in them. Now, I've got to be fair to the tyre. I don't like them, but that's because of the type of riding I do versus an actual problem with the tyre, I think. So when you think about the bike, Honda made a reliable commuter bike, something that would be cheap to run, and as a part of that, these tyres, for that purpose, they're quiet, they wear well, and they really do grip very, very well on bitumen. They'd be okay for the occasional fire trail, but the thing I didn't like about them, once you got onto a loose surface, the front in particular would give way on you. Now, they're called the Footloose, which I find kind of ironic. I certainly don't want to be doing a Kevin Bacon impersonation when I'm going down the gravel road at 80 kilometres an hour. Now, the other thing about these is that they don't self-clean particularly well, so if you get into some real muddy stuff, they tend to just completely clog up, and they're like a set of race slicks then. Now, by way of explaining the issue I've had with these giving way on loose surfaces, you can see the angle I've got on the Motoz tyre there. When they're over on that angle on something loose, these knobs on the outside, they really bite, they really dig in. Now this, on the other hand, once you put it to that sort of angle, just has a capacity to skate out sideways. It's quite unpredictable when it's going to go, and for that reason I really don't like the tyre. You've got to bear in mind I do probably 30% of my riding is on bitumen, and the other 70% is off-road, so it's not so much that the tyres aren't suitable for the bike, but they're really not suitable for me. Now if we have a look at the back tyre, I never had any major issues with the back except for one thing, and that was again the fact that they don't self-clean particularly well. So again, when I got into muddy stuff, completely clogged, and you know, that was it. It was just like being on a set of slicks. But as I said before, they are very quiet. You really don't hear the tyres, the standard tyres on this bike when you're on bitumen, and they also grip extremely well on the bitumen. So, yeah, in a lot of respects I was pretty happy with them. So we'll get them out of the way. And now let's talk about the Motoz Tractionator. Now, as you can see, the tread pattern on these is really aggressive. They come right out to the side, they're good sharp knobs. I've taken this out now. Yesterday I went for quite a long ride, and one of the first things that immediately became apparent, when I get into really slow stuff and I'm having to do tight turns, the IRCs would tend to slip on me. This doesn't matter virtually what angle I put it on, if I'm moving slow, it'll grip. Fantastic. Seems to self-clean very well, although I haven't tried it in anything particularly muddy. Now this back tyre. Check out these knobs here. This is like a tractor. I went straight from the tyre shop where I had them fitted up to a local quarry where I found a steep gravelly bank, and I aimed for it and off I went. Now they started to spin and I'm going, oh no, have I blown my cash? Is this money just not well spent? But I gave it a bit of a twist to the throttle, and next thing I knew, they just bit and they surged the bike up the hill. the difference between that and the stock tyre, unbelievable. The stock tyre would have left me stranded in that spot, but these bite in. Again, when you get it over on the side, as you can see, good aggressive tread pattern all around the side, so they bite well when they're on an angle as well. I love them. Now, negative, and you've got to expect it when you're looking at a tyre of this type, the negative is they're very, very noisy on bitumen. Now, as I said, I do 30% bitumen, 70% off-road, so I'm prepared to wear that. Yeah, I'm definitely prepared to wear that. The way it handles off-road now, I feel safer, I feel more confident, and I'm enjoying my riding heaps more. Motoz Tractionator IT, top set of tyres for this bike.